Yo, what is good, everybody? I'm your boy Jadiro, and we're back at it again with Blackmythwukong, and we're about to discover all the secrets in Chapter 3. Now, there's a couple of boss fights before we get to this point. We're in the pagoda, the lower pagoda to be exact, but this is where Chapter 3 starts. Now, the first secret we're going to come across is the third Rat Prince, or the Rat General from Chapter 1. Now, we talked to this NPC in Chapter 1. If you guys want to go check that video out, I'll leave a link to that in the description and in the comments. However, we can't get into the Rat Prince currently. We have to go fight a big boss to unlock this door. Now we're going to make our way over to our first shrine here in the lower pagoda. Now from the shrine, you're going to want to keep running straight until you see that dude in the distance, and then quickly take a left. And there's a staircase that takes us to the second level. Now once you make it up the stairs, head to the right and keep going in the opposite direction. Now once you get to this beam, that means you're going the right way. There's also an archer across here. I know you're tempted to do your spinny staff move to block it, but don't do it, you will fall off the beam. Now once you cross the beam, quickly head to the right and follow this cavern all the way till you see the next set of stairs. Now this might seem boring to you guys, but believe me, this can get confusing for others. So this is why I'm doing it. And what you'll see here is another staircase to our right. Yippee, head up the staircase. And once you travel up that staircase, just hang a right and you will be at your next shrine. Now from the upper pagoda shrine, to fight the first secret boss, simply just do a U-turn. And if you look down, you'll see this purple glowing light. And there, you can see a sneak peek of our first boss. Now from this point, you could simply jump down to this roof here. And then jump down again. If you want to take damage, you can use Cloud Step. And we're presented with Captain Lotus Vision. Definitely an interesting boss to say the least. And you also get the spirit of Captain Lotus Vision. And from the lower pagoda, we're going to travel back to the Rat Prince. And you'll see that the purple markings on his door has disappeared. Now once in the cage, go ahead and talk to him. Now once you exhaust his dialogue, pretty much the gist of the story is he needs you to go find his 3 comrades. Now from this point on, guys, I want to mention that this won't be a linear chapter guide. Nothing about this stage or chapter is linear. So bear with me, I'll do my best. Like I always say, I want to do this in the sequence that you're going to experience these secrets in. Now, once you're done talking to the Rat Prince, look to your right and you'll see the sword in this dude. Pick it up. And once you pick up the sword, you're going to get a cool transformation called the ASHEN Slumber. Dope. Now, after that, you're going to traverse the rest of the pagoda and you're going to get to the Many Wheel Shrine. And we're going to head over this archway and fight the second boss of this chapter. Now we have the Captain Wise Voice. This is one of the many enemies we have to defeat to do the Rat Prince quest. Now don't worry guys, you can't miss this boss. He blocks the path for the chapter progression. And we get a cool spirit out of it too. Now the next stop on the list is the Snow Veil Trail. From the Snow Veil Trail, instead of going left, go right. And you'll see a massive bridge. What you want to do is cross the bridge and hang a left. If you see a bunch of these dudes, you know you're going the right way. And if you look up, you'll see this massive, massive pagoda. Now, if you keep running up, you'll notice that there's this misty, huge, creepy looking door. Simply approach the door and go in. Now, once I do my Chapter 5 guide, we'll talk more about this place, but if you just hang a left here, you'll see that there's a shrine. And the shrine is the Great Pagoda. We'll get back to this in a different video. Now, from the Snow Veil Trail, the next shrine we bump into is the Warding Temple. And if we walk up, we could see our good buddy just chilling there, and he gives us a very important spell that we need for a secret later. So let's just make quick work of the Makai Chief, and we'll be right back. Once we defeat the chief, we get the Ring of Fire spell. Now once we get the Ring of Fire spell, we come across our mid-chapter boss. So I'm going to make quick work of this mid-chapter boss, and I'll be right back. Now after that fight, we get introduced to our best friend, Little Pig. Now once we defeat that boss, simply head down to the shrine and make sure you take a good rest. And this is the Turtle Island Shrine. Now from the shrine, quickly face the other way and go down to the left. In the distance there, you'll see a statue. Now this is where we use our long scales again. Simply walk to the statue, use the scales, and the fight begins. Now I don't want to give any spoilers away, but you'll be that much closer to one of the coolest weapons in the game. Alright, now after beating the mid-chapter boss, we'll be at the north shore of the Bitter Lake Shrine. Now from here, we're going to simply head straight. Now if you start seeing bones on your left-hand side, that means you're going the right way. Now keep proceeding forward past the bones and hang a right once you see that bird dude. Now quick disclaimer for everyone, if you don't have little Mr. Piggy on your team when you get to this fight, there's a special boss that won't appear. However, you can still get the secret item. And let me reiterate, there's a point in this chapter when you can lose little Mr. Piggy. However, once you proceed towards the bone structure, the boss fight will ensue. And for all my people trying to get that Platinum Achievement Award, this boss fight's for you. Now guys, again, that is a missable boss, so try not to venture too far into this chapter. And if you did, it's okay, there's New Game Plus. Now once you beat the boss, simply walk up to the bone structure and hit examine. And what happens is a cool cutscene happens and a single teardrop falls from the giant turtle's eye. Now once you watch that cool cutscene, just try and run all the way to where you see that turtle's head. Now this is the location where the soak should have dropped. And the soak that we should receive from this is the Turtle Tear. And the Turtle Tear recovers a moderate amount of mana when we're at full health when we use our gourd. Now back to our next secret, we're back at the north shore of the Bitter Lake Shrine. Simply do a U-turn. And once you do that U-turn, you're going to head straight to that NPC that you see standing in the water. And as we get closer, of course, it's getting more clear. And this will unlock our next secret. And we start the fight with Shenlong. Now once we defeat Shenlong, he becomes an active NPC. Now he makes mention of Mr. Fox back in chapter 2, so let's go up to him and simply exhaust the dialogue. Now what Shenlong wants us to do is go back to chapter 2 to Mr. Fox and get some medicine to heal him. So we go back to the North Shore Shrine and we're going to go back to the Yellow Wind Ridge and we're simply going to look for the Cellar Shrine. Now once at the Cellar Shrine, simply approach Mr. Fox. And once you talk to Mr. Fox, ask him for the first option, which is to give you the medicine. And now Mr. Fox gives us some special made medicine that we have to give back to Shenlong. Now we're going to travel back to the North Shore of the Bitter Lake Shrine. Now once back at North Shore, we're simply going to head back to where we saw Shenlong first. And you'll see he's just slightly right of where he was when we left him at some sort of house or hut. Now we're going to deliver that medicine from Mr. Fox to Shenlong. And once we give that medicine to Shenlong, we're instantly teleported to the Zodiac village. And we get the Rui scroll. Or Rui scroll, forgive me. And what the Rui or Rui scroll does, it allows us to teleport to the Zodiac village. Now at the Zodiac village, we can talk to the Shen monkey, we can talk to Mr. Fox, and we can talk to Shenlong all in one place. Now the cool thing about the Zodiac village is we're also introduced to another NPC, the Yin Tiger. Now at the Yin Tiger, we can craft weapons, craft armor, and even upgrade our armor, which is huge. Now there's also an option to challenge the Yin Tiger, and you definitely want to do this. Now the cool thing about this is it opens up a cool fight scene, and we get one of the coolest transformations in the game. Now once you beat the Yin Tiger in a challenge, you can also get an additional curio spot. And you can also challenge the Yin Tiger anytime you want to try out a new build. But the real cool part is we unlock a transformation called Ebb and Flow, where we actually transform into the Yin Tiger. Dope. Now on to our next secret. Yes, we're not done yet. We're going to travel back to the North Shore Shrine. Now simply from here, we're going to go back in the way of Shenlong, but we're going to take a right at his house. Now from the house, as you see it, take a right and head up the hill. Now once you head up the hill, you're going to see a temple or a house in the background, and this will start our next secret sequence. You'll see this guy surrounded by 3 bird creatures. Now once we defeated those bird creatures, simply walk up to the NPC and talk to him. Now make sure to exhaust the dialogue, as this is a 3-part series. Now again, I want to mention to you guys, nothing in this chapter is linear, so I'll get back to the second and third part of this quest later. But now from where we talk to that NPC, if we take a right or we turn around and take a right, there's a brew waiting for us. Now if you come over to this table, you will find a cool brew. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to go back to the North Shore Shrine and progress forward. Alright, so now we're on to our next secret here at the Mindfulness Cliff. Now from the shrine, simply walk up, and if you look to the right, you can see that there's this pillar laying in the middle of the map. From this point, we could simply jump down, and a cool little secret that I learned is if you cloud step as you're falling, you take no fall damage. Now we don't need to cross the pillar, all we simply have to do is avoid this guy and walk up these stairs. Now keep following the stairs till you hit this bend. Proceed forward. If you make around this cliff of snow, that means you're going the right way. Now once you make that right, keep going straight. And what you'll see is our good old baboon friend, and this is our 3rd skandha. Simply approach the head on the floor and collect it. And we get the skandha of thought. Alright, now we're at the Forest of Felicity. Now there's a lot of forks that this shrine can take you in, but let's go to the next secret. From the Forest of Felicity, simply just make a U-turn. Head back just slightly, and on the right hand side you should see an opening. Once you're through the opening, we get to our 3rd frog encounter. Now Blue Frog is pretty cool. Now from the Forest of Felicity, we're simply going to head straight. Just make a note of that guy on the right. We'll head back and talk to him later. Now we're simply going to hang a right here. Go through this massive archway. Then we're going to head down here to this next massive archway. Now we're going to hang a right to another massive archway. Now once we pass the archway that's directly behind us, we're going to see the shrine on the right hand side. And what you'll see is a whole bunch of plants on the floor, but guess what? They're not plants. We actually get a cool boss fight with some ginseng. Now once defeated, we get his spirit. And we also get this cool ginseng cape. Now after we beat the ginseng boss, if you simply head to the left here behind the shrine, there will be a dope brew that I'm still using to this very day. And that brew is the Jade Essence. Under the drinks portion here, you can see each time that you use your gourd, you also restore some mana. Now this got me all the way through the game and helped me beat the game. It's definitely one of the best drinks out there. Now from the ginseng boss, let's follow this mystical trail to the shrine. And now we're at the Towers of Karma Shrine. Now from this shrine, go to the Self-Advance tab and go to Set Spells. Now we want to switch to our Ring of Fire spell. And from the shrine, we're simply going to head right. We're going to go up a little further. And to our right is the buddy that we helped out earlier in the game by Shenlong's house. Now he's obviously cold, so all we have to simply do is hit R2 or whatever button is for you and use Ring of Fire. Now once the Ring of Fire is down, simply approach him and exhaust the dialogue. Now from the Tower of Karma Shrine, simply find your way back to the Forest of Felicity Shrine. From here, we're going to walk past that dude we'll examine later and simply hang a right. Now, if you walk down here, you'll see a bridge to your right. That means you're going the right way. We're going to turn left and not go down that bridge just yet and head down. Now, once we head down, we're going to see this massive pond in front of us. That also means you're going the right way. Stay to the right of the pond. And if you see these dudes chilling here, that means you're going the right way. Simply look down. You can jump down. We're going to cross this massive tree. Keep working our way down. And at the bottom should be a shrine. Now we're at the Melon Field Shrine. And if you go to your right, we'll enter this cool sequence where that guy in the green cape that we're helping this whole time wants to fight us. Big surprise. But let me tell you, this is one of the coolest fights. There is no secret chapter level, but there is a secret chapter fight. Youch. Now, once defeated, you're going to get one of the coolest spells in the game. There you have it. We get Spellbinder. Now, from the Melonfield Shrine, let's travel back to the Forest of Felicity Shrine. Now, from the Forest Felicity Shrine, we're simply going to hang a right again. Head through this little valley. However, instead of going left this time, we're going to go right. And once we cross the bridge, we should find ourselves at the Brook of Bliss Shrine. From the Brook of Bliss Shrine, simply head to the right. Then make a quick left. And you see that massive temple in the background? Just try and get to that. Follow ourselves to the temple, and we get this cool little fight here. A hidden boss, the Non-Able. And once defeated, we get the Non-Able Spirit. Now, guys, we're going to make our way back to the Forest of Felicity Shrine. Simply head straight. We're going to make our way around the bend to the first big archway. Now we're going to make our way to the second big archway, but not take the left. Just keep heading straight. Now, after heading straight, you're going to see this massive, luxurious archway. Now, with the archway behind us, simply head on the path here. Watch out for that massive giant. You can fight him if you want. And then you're going to walk up a little bit, and you'll see this less than luxurious archway. Simply hang a right. You'll see this crew of gentlemen here. Run through them. And in the distance, you'll find this monstrosity. Now, what you simply want to do is walk up to it and take the spirit. Now, this is the spirit of the Captain of the Void Illusion. And that was the second part of the Rat Prince quest. Now, simply head backwards to that less than luxurious shrine. And at that less than luxurious shrine, or archway, we make our way to the Longevity Road Shrine. Now, from here, we're simply going to walk up straight. And what we're going to do here is hang a right and head to that big temple in the distance. Now, once you get closer to the temple, you can see that crazy red Stranger Things looking monstrosity. And this is the third spirit that the Rat Prince was trying to get you to collect. Now, once defeated, collect Captain Kalpa's spirit. Also, head through the main archway here and go to the next shrine. Now, to the left, there will be the temple entrance shrine. From here, simply travel back to, you guessed it, the Forest of Felicity. Now, from the Forest of Felicity Shrine, we could finally talk to our buddy just chilling here on the ground. Once you walk up, a story will start. Make sure you exhaust the dialogue for this sequence to happen. Now you'll be turned into a fox, but what you can simply do is transform out of this by hitting whatever button it is for you and hitting D-transform. Make your way back to the shrine, and let's go to that temple entrance shrine. Now, once at the new temple shrine entrance, simply go through our first little temple. Now you'll make your way through the temple, and you'll see two staircases. Simply take the one to the left. Up the staircase, we're going to hang a left again. Pretty much, you just want to keep going left. Now, once you go left, you'll head down a set of stairs, and you'll see this temple in front of you. Hang a right. Now, once up the staircase, simply head out of this door. Just trying to avoid getting damage here. And head up this staircase. Now, you see these ginormous steps in front of you. Head up those. Now, what I recommend is once you get to the top, take these dudes out. They do a lot of damage. Now, what you see is an NPC in the distance. Simply go to your inventory, and you'll see the Snow Fox brush. Simply hit X or whatever button it is for you. and that will transform you back into the fox. Head forward and speak to your former master. Now we have this wicked cool fight scene with the non-void. Now once you defeat the void, you can take his spirit. Now from the non-void, guys, head back down the stairs, head back into the temple from whence we came. Once we make that bend to take us back to the shrine, just keep going straight here. And look who it is in the distance. This is our third encounter with Horse Guy. You know what to do, exhaust the dialogue. Now from here, all you're going to want to do is work your way back to the shrine. Now once at the temple entrance shrine, guess where we're going? Back to the Forest of Felicity. Now from the Forest of Felicity shrine, let's go back and talk to our buddy. Now you finished the quest and you got the Curios, the Snow Fox brush. And this will increase the duration of every transformation. Now let's head back to the temple entrance. Now from the temple entrance shrine, simply look to your right and head that way. Now you're going to go through those two massive archways in the distance. Now you're going to start heading up this pathway. You're going to follow and take a right up these stairs. Then we're going to make a left, go through this canopy entrance here. And we're going to fight the monk from the sea. Now get prepared. This is one of my top 5 hardest boss. And once defeated, we're going to get the HORAFROST transformation. Now this is really going to help us in chapter 4, and it's a dope transformation. Now you guys didn't think I forgot about the Rat Prince, did you? Low-key, I almost did. What we want to do from the temple entrance shrine is travel back to the lower pagoda. Now once back at the lower pagoda, let's go finish off this quest. Now because I've already beat that part of the game, once you exhaust the dialogue after doing that quest, you unlock the plans to the GUAI spear. One of the first spears that you'll get in Blackmythwukong. Now after we finish the Rat Prince quest, let's go back to the temple entrance. What you want to do from the temple entrance is simply head straight. You can't miss that spirit, so don't worry about it. Keep following these stairs until you get to the next shrine. Now you should make your way to the Maha Hall shrine. And from the shrine, what we want to do is simply turn around, go down these ginormous stairs to the left into that temple. We'll head up the stairs here. And in the background, look who it is, another non-pure. And once we defeat the non-pure, we can take his spirit. Now guys, I think that's all the bosses in Chapter 3. Chapter 3 is arguably the biggest chapter in Blackmythwukong. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Chapter 3 Blackmythwukong Secrets Guide. If I missed anything, please let me know down in the comments. And if you guys want to see a Chapter 4 Secrets Guide, also let me know down in the comments. Well, that does it for me, guys. I'm your boy Jadiro. Sign out for now. Peace.